It seems perfect out there.
It does.
Really
It's
hot, though.
It's hot, so have,
It's
hydration.
typically hot every year, though, for the
Well, yeah, it's late
yeah.
May. It's going to be hot. And then you get under the shade of a tree, then you're okay.
Right.
It is going to be fairly dry this weekend. We will see some spotty showers tomorrow with a front, but not going to see any kind of real temperature drop, just a little less humid by Sunday. Let's take a look at our forecast. We've actually been fairly dry today, so great news if you are doing anything outdoors. Our rain coverage has been less than 10%, and really what few showers that we did have around, notice them on the Mississippi coast, pretty much gone. Had a few in the Biloxi Marsh, gone. Even some just to the northwest of Morgan City, gone. So fairly dry night tonight. We saw a lot more sunshine during the day today and saw more locations getting into the lower 90s. In fact, topping at 90 at Kenner. Few passing cumulus clouds. At times it just gives you a little bit of shade. No real rainfall from it. Bit of a heat index at 92. Dew points to humidity have not been terrible. In other words, we know it's coming, and comparatively speaking, yes, it is humid, but not exactly the summer-like humidity that we will start to experience very soon. 90 degrees was our high today. The record, though, not as brutal as it was earlier in the week with the mid-upper 90s, 92, a more normal type record for this time of year. 86 is our average high, and our morning low is right at about average for mid-May. Temperatures right now are in the upper 80s and still some low 90s, Laplace, Lakefront, Slidell, with dew points in the 60s and lower 70s. And again, dew points in the 60s is still fairly bearable, and there are some indications of that slight drop in humidity Sunday, Monday. Models have started to back off from where they had been maybe earlier, so the front itself does look to be fairly weak. So still a muggy day tomorrow, bit of a drop in humidity Sunday and Monday, and then a kind of spike on Tuesday before a more noticeable drop in humidity by Wednesday and toward the end of the week. This would be a drier air mass. We'll talk about why that is in just a moment. The reason for that, we're going to see this surge of moisture ahead of the front. The front itself, as it moves on in, even the Euro, which had been a little bit more aggressive with the drier air, has started to back off with this first front. May get as far south as, say, parts of the North Shore. I don't know how much progress it's going to make deeper into southeast Louisiana or much of the Gulf Coast. Now note the dry air that is along the east coast. As we head toward the end of the week, we're going to see this upper troughing and a surface low develop. That may be enough to create a stronger northerly wind as we head toward the end of the week to really bring in some drier air. The humidity at the moment is, again, high, but not summertime values. The dry air line, though, is pretty clear with our associated cold front. The temperature drop has not been quite as extensive. Now, there have been some severe thunderstorms breaking out along the front, a more suitable atmosphere for severe weather out to our west. As that line continues to push into the deep south, we really start to see most of the rainfall fall apart and only expecting some spotty showers during the afternoon and early evening with the front. The front itself, though, is not going to have a whole lot of push from the upper atmosphere. You can kind of watch in the upper atmosphere this little upper troughing that's coming in across the northern plains. This upper troughing is not going to make really much more progress south. It's basically going to move due east. So the energy with the front is really lagging. That's why we're not going to see much of a change with the air mass, certainly, and probably not a great deal of drier air with this first front. It's going to be as this low starts to develop off to our east during the latter part of the week that we will likely start to see a stronger northerly push, and that should be enough to really drop the humidity toward the end of next week. So it does look like we will get into the drier air, because I'm calling it kind of a little less humid for Sunday, Monday, and maybe even into Tuesday. Some of the models kind of surge it back in, but it does look like we get into drier air by Wednesday through next Friday.
All right, Chris. Thanks.